Sabadi y'all, it's Max with My Kind of Eats, and we've made it here to Luang Prabang, doing a first time ever video for myself. I'm gonna bring y'all along with me. I'm actually collaborating with Tamarind restaurant here in Luang Prabang, a very prestigious restaurant that is cranking out some authentic Laotian cuisine. Now what really attracted me to this restaurant was the fact is they have different packages which you can kind of choose from for what style of dinner you want. Now they happen to have an adventures package, which probably has some dishes that are very unusual to a Western palate, but you can really only find in a Lao home. Not only that, but you can go with them in the morning market to pick your ingredients, which they're cooking up later that night. It was such a special opportunity that I'm just excited I get to be on it and bring you along with me. But to give you a better idea of what we're having tonight, I think you need to see this morning. So I'm about to give you a little blast to the past. I'll catch you back here. Alright, so we're starting off at the Luang Prabang market. There's actually two markets here. You can go outside the city center a little bit and you can go to the Posi market, but we're actually going to Luang Prabang. Sapon, my buddy from Tamarind, who's actually meeting us this morning, said the village people actually show up around this market this time of year around 6:30. So we're about to meet up with him and get in the market. How you doing, man?
Hi. Good.
You good?
And you?
Yeah, you ready?
Yeah.
We heading in.
ตัวนี้ขายนะเด้อ
อันนั้นน่ะถูกแล้วสิ
เขาซื้อนิดนึงได้สิ So that one, this one like insects inside here and
We are starting off exotic at the butterfly pupa, which is actually just gonna like have insects on the inside. What they'll do is kind of crack it open and we're gonna deep fry it later. And right next to it, they actually have the honeycomb with the larvae in it. Yeah.
You said you're okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cho phao với xe nè. Không ăn luôn rồi bố ăn. Châu cũng mà.
So I also hear this market called Adventure Market because they actually bring a lot of their produce and a lot of the wild animals, like I said, from the forest into here. So a lot of these people that are selling come from outside Luang Prabang. Always nice grabbing a few water bugs to help make a little spicy dipping sauce with. This is so interesting. Check out the difference in garlic here. You got the bigger bulb ones that come from China. Got a little bit less flavor, but they're cheaper. And then you got the Lao actually garlic, which is much smaller, but it's much more packed full of flavor. But it's about twice the price. Okay. So this market actually makes like a big T, but we walk down the main part of it. You see a lot of the produce. You see maybe some exotic things you don't typically see in markets. Now we're headed, we're gonna get some river fish, because like I said, this cuisine is very local, so a lot of it's gonna come from the river in the forest. A great example, that was a cut up snake. Oh, you can see her, she's actually picking the larvae out of the honeycomb right now.
เอาอันขี้นึงเลยลูกชิมหาพ่อ
Okay.
There's a buggy full of chicken right there. Check it out. So we got all different types of rice here, but you got different grades too. Usually like the 5,000-6,000 kit are going to be kind of rice patty filled grown. They won't be as good quality. You can maybe only reheat that sticky rice maybe 2 times. Then the higher quality, the 7, 8, 10,000 kit, that's actually being grown in the field. It's going to get a lot of fertilizer, but it's so good quality you can reheat it 4 or 5 times, which is, you know, that is very significant in the lives of people, especially that live in rural areas. Something that can last and you can reheat it multiple times. Very useful. They lay all this produce out and it's just intertwined with colors. I'm telling y'all, this is just artwork right here. So we're getting over here to the meat section. The main actual meat you're gonna hit here in Laos is buffalo, but it's just becoming more and more expensive. Actually, a really important part of the buffalo you use is the skin, because when you chew it's really salty, so it's perfect companion with Lao beer. And the buffalo is so prized. I mean, every part of it is used. Check this out. You got even the blood and the bile right here in packages ready to be sold. I love that concept though. I mean, if you're gonna use an animal, use it. Use every bit of it, you know? Get your money's worth. So we are done shopping, definitely bought some exotic ingredients. It's funny when you go local how it just opens your eyes to the market and you see so many more things. But we're about to take the ingredients back to Tamarind right now and catch up with y'all tonight when we come back to Tamarind to eat. What y'all think? We're gonna eat some unusual things, aren't we? We're here right now, let's walk in. Somebody. What an absolutely gorgeous restaurant. You can really see the French influence, but you still get those Lao style vibes. You got the sticky rice hanging, you got the pictures on the wall, you got the pestle and mortar. I don't think I could have picked a better day either. I mean, it's cooling off, it's nice and sunny, no rain. Definitely one of the fancier restaurants I've ever been to. You get a nice cold towel to wipe your hands down, but don't worry y'all, no matter how fancy we get, we always keep it local and we keep it real. Beer Lao. My hand towel's about to become a face towel. Oh, so good. And definitely got a little snack action going on. Got the dried out bamboo shoots right here. Wow, they actually kind of look like flint used to start a fire. Bamboo flavor with a crunch, no bitter, nice and salty. Nice little companion with the Beer Lao.
One we got the eggplant, and this one we call pea eggplant. Family eggplant, but you taste a bit bitter.
Right.
And this one we call stew. The meat is burnt.
Check it out. We got 3 sampler size appetizers right here with some sticky rice. Now they've made a stew right here, which was actually the little birds you saw we got from the market as well. Got 2 types of actual eggplant in here. It looks like it's gonna be nice, thick, and creamy. Got a little soup right here, like a little veg soup as well. And then we also got the snake soup. You can see that skin, that is definitely some snake, and it's supposed to be extremely sour. I know they put tamarind in it, and I think a few other ingredients as well to really kick up that sourness. Guys, got a big old chili here. I told them Laos style spicy, so I'm excited for this. That is extremely thick, like a gravy, and that honestly, if I had to imagine what the forest would taste like, that is what that would taste like. I mean, there's so many herbs, so much vegetation, and almost like a bark-like ingredient going on there. I mean, I'm telling you what, if I imagine forest, that is it. I want to try this actual bark out though and see what flavors it has. Oh my gosh, y'all, that actually got really spicy, peppery. It is very green tasting, almost like a green Sichuan peppercorn, but you get a little bit bitter with it. No surprise, this bird tastes a lot like chicken. A little gamier. Subtle veg soup, tastes sweet at first, very nice, easy on the palate, but then again, you get that bitter at the end. I'm telling you, when you eat true Laotian flavors, there is a lot of bitter. Enough of this though, let's get really interesting. I don't even know how to eat the snake. Oh look, they're wrapping the snake in like a big old thing of ginger. It's lovely. Actually, I wasn't thinking. Let's kick the snake off with a bang, start with a little chili as well. The snake texture, you know, it's almost like you get a bunch of skin, except it's a little bit tougher as well. Ton of bitter, spice, and sour coming in this one. The sour is predominant flavor. I guess trying to mask the gaminess and murkiness of the snake flavor. I'm telling you, this snake definitely needs a chili with it. Not my favorite way to have snake, just because you're getting so much of that skin. It's just so chewy and so chewy and so chewy. It's the texture that's throwing me off. It's not really the flavor so much, but just the texture of chewing and chewing and chewing. So that's it for the appetizers. Heading on to more of like the main courses now, but I tell you what that snake soup needs behind it. Swig of this. Wow. Oh my gosh.
The short whiskey.
Okay.
It's made from sticky rice.
Oh my god.
45%.
That is such a Laos thing. This is like a sampler feast out here, but we got a little rice wine right here. Let's cheers, y'all. Whoa. So we got a plethora of things which we can try right here, but let's start out with the snails right here. Just get one, and we can just kind of suck it out. Ooh, nice and soft. Didn't overcook them at all. Oh my gosh, they were throwing some chili in that. Ooh, hello. These snails are cooked perfectly. Let's go with this right here. Let's go for something unique. Got the actual honeycomb with the larvae in it. The larvae are still in here, so we gotta take them out and almost kind of construct like a little sticky rice sandwich. So what you do is make a little flat little sticky rice sandwich here. And you actually gotta take the larvae out. Squeeze them, let them explode a little bit, put it on there. All right, and then just a sprinkle, little salt bay action right there. And then you can kind of fold it over. There you go, just a little honeycomb larvae sticky rice sandwich. Y'all, I've had those larvae in the morning cold. I'm telling you, they've rewarmed them up. You give them that sticky rice, a little salt, that is absolutely delicious. I'm going larvae sticky sandwich number 2. I just talked to the manager. Apparently this is like a favorite of most people that come here, is the actual larvae with the sticky rice. Wow. Salty, creamy. I mean, that is just phenomenal. Only thing I should have done, I should have added a little dipping sauce, a little jowl to it. Ooh, my. What I'm really intrigued in is we got the buffalo sausage here. It said buffalo is the #1 protein here in Laos, but it is kind of decreasing just because it is becoming so expensive. I can only imagine these Laotian flavors with that buffalo meat. Nope, I'm still team pork. A little too lean for me. I think for the sausage, like the buffalo is just a little too lean. So these are ones that actually look like blueberries in the morning market, but a little more of a purple shade.
That one we call, in Laos we call makko.
Same kind of concept as we did with the larvae. Get you a little flat piece right here. And you take this, we gotta get the seed out of it. So you just kind of take the outside, crush it. It's important to salt. That was one of the most interesting things I've ever eaten because it almost had the fiberiness of like a celery, but imagine like a cooked down mashed sweet potato, like softness, and then you get the umami, almost nut-like flavor from something like a peanut or a cashew or almond. See, it actually looks like a mashed sweet potato. It's got a texture very close to it as well. All right, I'm actually bringing out the silverware here. So you saw the shrimp in the morning that were dancing around. Well, now what they've done is they've put them in the salad right here. Got a lot of just good fresh ingredients, chilies. I need a little palate cleanser. I'm thinking this is gonna do the job. That's a beautiful dish. It tastes like a Laotian version of like a ceviche or something like that. The way you get so much fresh seafood, a ton of acid, just a burst of seafood sweetness from those shrimp. You get those chilies, you get the texture from the cilantro and the long beans. They're shaven so finely. Wow. Check it out. Let's get back to the exotic. We got some frog on a stick that's stuffed with a bunch of spices and herbs. Ooh. You know, I've eaten frog a lot in my life. I don't think I've ever had it with the skin. I didn't realize how much the skin really contributes to that like a muddy, murky flavor. You know, the actual frog meat is very lean. You get a little bit of like that water-dwelling animal feel to it, but I'm telling you what, I need mine to be stuffed with a bunch of spices and herbs because that skin is intense of a flavor. As I eat my way through this meal, I realized like eating something like that, I could see where it could be like a Lao delicacy because that flavor, that little water-dwelling animal flavor, you're really tasting the forest. Those are flavors that speak home to you. So those are something like, that's their soul food, you know? But for me, not too crazy about it. I think I'd rather just have my fried frog legs. Would y'all look at this? This bug is like an accordion. Look at it. It's a bug accordion. Look at that. That was just an explosion of creaminess. Y'all, the outside coating is crunchy, then the inside is just waiting to explode with like a custard-like texture. Other than that, it's just a texture, earthy, and it's gonna take on the flavor of that dipping sauce. Hey, I'm not gonna lie though, that creaminess is a little bit addicting. Let's move on to this plate. We actually got some more seafood here. Oh wow, super soft, super tender. Y'all, if I didn't have the staff here, I'm telling you, I would have said there was coconut in this. My gosh, that is sweet, that is sour, but I'm telling you, it just gives you like a coconutty texture. The actual meat on this fish is gorgeous though. It's a little bit fatty, but so soft, so tender. Look at that. I cannot get enough of that sauce. I just want to slurp it up. Now we got those crabs they bought on the ring. They've just pounded, again, a bunch of just fresh ingredients together and steamed it in these banana leaves. Ooh. Next up we got some veg here. Got the river fern, where it's actually get it from the riverbed here, and it looks like they've stir fried it up and some stuff. I've only had it fresh in like a salad from the Philippines. Okay. If seaweed and water spinach had a baby, that's what this would be. Ton of onion here, so you get like a nice sweet caramelized flavor. Get a nice little sauce on the outside. And now we got the eel we got earlier. Check it out. I love me some eel. Get out of here. That's as soft as any unagi rice you're ever gonna get, except you're getting chilies with this. You're getting the bitter from the pea, eggplants. You're getting all the fresh herbs like the cilantro, the cooked down garlic, onions. That is absolutely delicious. And what they're cooking it down in is almost giving it like a chicken pot pie like texture. I mean, that is some comfort food right there. All right, and last thing we got to try are some little in-house sausages here. So we got a pork one right here, and then we got two buffalo. So this one has more peppercorn, lemongrass in it, and it's buffalo, and they're throwing it on the grill. Where the pork one, deep frying, this one, grill, and this one they're smoking and throwing on the grill as well, and is another buffalo. I can't believe I'm already saying this, but that dethrones the eel dish right away. That was the best bite from the night. That buffalo sausage was heavenly. I mean, I just don't even know. I'm like lost for words. If I came here, I'd be ordering a lot more of that. My gosh, let's see if these others can keep up. They just set the standard super high. Look at the pork one. Doesn't look like it has near as many spices put in here. You don't see the texture. Really fatty, porky, a little sweet. Not much going on there though. And then last but not least, the other buffalo one. Solid, but the first one I took a bite of, I mean, that one just blows everything out of the water. And you know we're all about something sweet. We got 7 Lao little dessert samplers here. I can't remember what this one's called, but it looks like a kueh from Malaysia to me. Look at it, a little jiggly. Yeah, that transported me right back to Malaysia with all the kueh I ate. That is rice flour. I didn't ask if it had coconut, but I'm about 99% sure that has coconut in it. Nice, salty, sweet treat. Now we got the purple sticky rice. Again, loading that tamarind sauce on top of it. I think the rice from mango sticky rice with about 5 times more of the coconut cream you get, all warmed up and melded together with a tamarind sauce that is just a touch sour, but is more like a smoky brown sugar sweet. I've seen the light with that one. Phenomenal. I feel like we're getting too seductive though. Check this one out. You know what this one translates to? Cat poop. I'm not joking, they literally call it cat poop for the way it looks. This is actually like a luang prabang specialty. People come here and buy this, take them back home, and treat their families to them. You almost get like a more of like a brown sugar, a darker sugar coating, so you get that like molasses, a smokiness around this super crunchy little fried up little puff. that is gonna do it, not just for these 7 desserts. I know, I'm sorry y'all, the pumpkin one's just not me, but for this adventurous feast. And looking back, adventurous is a pretty good word for it. But I'm gonna get out of here. I'll meet y'all outside. Well, I am outside. I'll meet y'all away from the restaurant. Absolutely phenomenal. Such a fun opportunity to get in here and taste authentic Laotian cuisine and then have it taught to me, to have it explained to me how to eat, what it is, why they eat it, what it tastes like, why it tastes like that. So much fun, speeds up the learning curve, and you really dive down and learn about the Laos cuisine. If you are going to do something like that and you do want to learn, I do really recommend doing the morning market. Just something about going and picking the things and then seeing it on your plate later that evening is just, it's almost like mind-boggling to me. Like, it's how it should be. You know, we should know where our food comes from, but it really just connects the dots. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you want to see more stuff like that, where these restaurants where they're doing cool things, let me know. I would love to do it. If not, you want to see me get back on the streets, I'll do that as well. Well, I'll be on the streets no matter what, so don't worry. Anyways, I'm talking a lot. So Max My Kind of Eats. Catch you at the next video.